I recently watched this one video of someone beating Minecraft, except they started from the end. And that honestly was super intriguing to me because lately I've been wanting to get some kind of Minecraft record. And then I realized something. The easiest way to do that is to just make my own category. Because if I'm the first one to do it, I cannot be last place. But it's actually a lot harder than that, so before actually attempting the run, I want to break down how we can beat the game as fast as possible. So let me explain it in the easiest, most comprehensible way possible. Microsoft Paint. Okay, let's start with the basics. For this challenge, I'm using commands to put myself on a random end island, so if you see me falling, that's what that is. I have no gear, no supplies, I'm just a naked Steve with a bandana on. So let's get into our first win condition. Ender pearls. But before we actually tunnel vision on ender pearls, let's zoom out for a second. How does a naked Steve with nothing beat the ender dragon? Remember, there's no wood, no stone, no structures, except one. End cities that contain tools, weapons, armor, and most importantly, elytras. Looting an end city is unavoidable. So let's go back to pearls. We only need 2 to 4, but it really just depends on the type of end city we get. We need these because parkouring through an end city is so slow, it's dangerous, and really if I mess up once, I have to restart the whole run. So by using ender pearls to actually go around the structure, we don't get hit by shulkers, and we also save a lot of time and a lot of health. And out of the end city loot, we're looking for 3 main things. We need a high efficiency pick, a sword with hopefully sharpness and looting, and just general gear so we can stay alive longer. After looting these rooms, I also need the end ship. It gives a nice little health buff, which is actually super important, but more importantly, it does give the elytra. The elytra helps making it back to the main island a lot easier. So now we have gear, we have a weapon, and we have blocks. I would love to say there's an easy way to kill the dragon, but there's no beds and there's no respawn anchors, so you have to do this the old-fashioned way. Now let's get into my best run after 25 hours of trying. Okay, let's go and get straight into this. I'm actually keeping in creating the world just because I figured it would be nice for you guys to all kind of see the process of what I did. It is really reliant on luck, and you kind of have to get a good seed and just teleport to the right place. And that's okay. I don't really mind that, except I did have a much better start than the one that is actually being shown, and that one would have probably been like sub 17 maybe. But the thing is, I blew myself up with ink crystals, so I kind of threw that run. So right off the bat, I recognize that this run could be great because I spawned right next to a return portal, and also there's an end city with a boat kind of far away, but not terrible. And now this is my least favorite part of the run. You have to mine out at least 6 blocks so you can actually hit Enderman and not get hit back. And this is where the run starts feeling really good because I'm at 3 minutes and 50 seconds and I already know that I just have to kill Enderman and I'm right at the end city. And I actually get really good pearl luck, already getting 3 pearls in just a few seconds. And what I immediately try to do is check and see if I can actually pearl on top of this boat. And sadly I can't, just because I think it's a bit too high. I would want to really revisit this because I think I could have. So I kind of waste some time there, but then I go up through the actual end city, take a wrong turn, but we're able to get onto the boat so quick. And the loot was all right. It's not anything crazy. Like I didn't get full gear and I messed up a bit. I don't know why I started hitting this shulker, but we still got a sword. We got the elytra. I took so much time looting this so poorly. Like, I don't know why I hit the crap out of that shulker, but we got the elytra. And I'm feeling good right now. So I had to break a block by hand to actually get into the chest, and I get a pickaxe. And right now I'm at a 7 minute and 50 second pace again. I'm feeling really good. This is one of my faster paces. I have to drink a bottle of healing there, and that's okay because I'm able to get into the next chest super quick. Okay. So overall, I'm feeling really confident about this run. All I need to do is get back to the main end island and then actually take on a long fight. But before that, and before I actually enter the return portal, I have to do my least favorite part of all these runs, and that is getting blocks. I honestly think that I could save so much time if I could figure out a better way to get on top of the end portals. But that's kind of where a looting sword would fix this. And I think the seed luck, you would just have to re-roll to get the looting sword. And that's not what I can do. But we end up getting on the main end island around 10 minutes, 30 seconds. And now it is time for my least favorite part. Mining more blocks and pillaring up. And there's already one thing that's going wrong in this run. And I just want you guys to, I'm going to put it out soon, but I want you guys to think and recognize it because it really slows it down. It really slows it down. But we end up pillaring decently fast and actually getting on top of everything. It just takes so long, and I want you, I'm gonna keep playing this for a second just because I want you to realize how hard and how time consuming it is. I'm trying to have a speed run here and I have to pillar up, but if I go looting for pearls, I could waste so much more time. So I'm at this little crossroads and I can't really test everything. As I said in my other run, that would have probably been 17 minutes. There is better ways of doing this, and I could be way better at actually hitting my end crystals, but overall, it's not really like there's not a great way of doing this. And also being the first one to do this, I'm kind of setting up and pioneering everything. And I think the Elytra is a great way to kind of get to each pore, whatever it's called, the end crystal, but it's still so time consuming. So this is where I think the speedrun could really improve a little, but we're still at 11 minutes and 36 seconds. So I'm really happy about that, but this is where the big mistake comes in. I only have 25 course fruit. That is really bad. The saturation levels for coarse fruit are miserable. So I have to be really careful here. And this is an issue and why I almost lose around, I would say 4 minutes, just based off of being conscious about my food and my saturation, my health. Because the biggest thing is if you pearl, you take damage. If you land poorly on Elytra, you take damage. If you mess up a fight, you take damage. And there's no great way to heal, and there's no way to get food. And like, I can't do this fast, but even there, pearl damage. I mean, you take 2.5 to pearl, and then you land inside the wall, so you're screwed. And while I'm doing this run, I'm actually thinking about how hard it is, and these are my thoughts while going on PB pace. Mechanically as difficult, like there's a lot of speedrun tech and a lot of stuff you have to memorize, but I would say like difficulty wise, you have a higher probability of dying in this, and there's a lot less like good runs. And yeah, I would still agree with that. I do think that it's actually harder to get better runs just because of how much more random it is, and also things like this where you just kind of get slammed, it's out of your control. And I know that I survived like pretty easily with an Elytra, but there's so many things that go wrong. Firstly, I have to use so much food to make sure I don't die. Also, I could look at an Enderman while I'm floating down and just anger it, and then I have to take a fight. I'm probably not going to die, but that still takes so much time. And right here, this is where the panic kind of starts setting in. I have 12 coarse fruit left. The dragon is at full heart, and I have around 3 crystals left to break. But I am able to get them. It is not too hard, and I still have a good bit of coarse fruit left. The issue is now is I have to kill the dragon still. I'm at 17 minutes. As I said, I know I can do a better pace in this. I'm still really happy with this. Considering I did around 280 attempts, like, it takes just so much time. There's so many runs where I respawn and I just die and I just fall into the void. But here, all I have to do is just punch the dragon over and over again. And this is where sharpness would have been a lot better. And also not being stupid and missing my swings would have also been great. But I was doing this on my birthday. This run was on January 5th. So I'm happy with it. And it's a good birthday present to actually have a decent run. So I can't complain, but my goal and my hope isn't to have the best run forever. I know I sounded selfish at the intro. That's just a hook, get your attention. But realistically, what I want is I want a bunch of people to try to do this. We need to figure out a better spawning system. But if we can have a ton of people do this and then it becomes like a fun little category, I think it's interesting. I think mining Endstone and killing Enderman at the start is a little annoying, but having any new tech to speedrunning and new like categories, I think is just a win in general. And also it's more content for YouTubers, so who can really complain? And yeah, I did ruin that little perch right there, but it's okay because I just want to get some sort of run out there. As I said, I've thrown a 21 minute, I've thrown an 18 minute, so it could be way better. And I'm about to go back to college. I can't waste all my time doing this. But getting pearls, and now I'm a little stressed out because I only have 5 coarse fruit remaining. So I have to be super careful. I have to get this perch down. I can't really afford to take more damage, so I cannot repeat what I just did. And in this next perch, I almost completely throw this run. So I'm fighting it with only 2 hearts remaining. I'm trying not to take damage. I should not be jumping. I don't know why I was jumping. I realized this in later runs. Jumping is stupid. But while it starts flying away, I just get slammed, just knocked out. And I'm at half a heart. And if I would have gone any higher up, I would have been dead. So I have to use my last coarse fruit. And that's why I love this run, because I am almost dead. I just have to get in the next perch. I am stressing out of my mind right now. Like, I have no more food, no more hunger. I can't do a hunger reset, I can't do anything. But luckily, as it comes down for the next perch, I am able to just kind of glide in there and I'm completely fine. And I was worried about not being able to kill it in this run because I don't think I would have been able to do it afterwards. If it was another perch and had to pearl in and take damage, I would have been dead. So I'm really happy I finally got this run, and it comes out to around 23 minutes and 55 seconds is what we're gonna say. I was crashing whenever I tried to actually put in the regular speedrun timer, so I'm so sorry about that. But I am so happy about this run. I hope you guys also try to do it yourself. Please just give it a shot. It is so much fun, and thank you so much for watching.